the scaling on the side of T1, I think overall it's a lot cleaner than the scaling on the side of APK. In a vacuum, you have the Poppy that ends up being really effective against some of the members on T1, but with these type of team compositions, fighting fire with fire, you have to give the edge to T1.
Yeah, just straight up in the draft, it does look like it. Faker, no stranger to the Echo pick either. Excited to see if he can go ahead and carry on something a bit more aggressive. His Rumble was pretty nice. And we also have Teddy here on Misfortune, which is kind of bread and butter top pick tier in the AD carry role. So they do first pick that for Teddy. Doesn't mean no Ezreal shenanigans, which is a little bit sad.
And Secret Hybrid down there on the Varus Thresh. We'll see if they can actually manage to get anything aggressive going. The onus is really going to be on Keine here to not fall behind in pressure and tempo to Faker in mid. Because if he does, everything in the sides can end up falling apart. And then also in the way later stages, if APK are only on an even footing against T1, it's going to be a nightmare for them to try to conduct team fights. Not sure what the first Drake of the game is. Hopefully we'll get that info soon.
I'm looking forward to the Blitzcrank grabs. That's always an exciting thing in this game. Also, can Secret be as influential in this game as we saw Lahens in the last series?
Okay, I really like what Poppy's doing here. Don't interrupt her. You scared her off, Valdez.
Yeah, sorry.
God.
I see.
You know what? It's because she didn't recognize you because you took your braces off.
Have you
That's
ever?
all.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever played on the? Well, I know you've played on the NA server, but have you played on it for any like significant period of time?
Yeah, I played Twitch Rivals in January. I had to play on it a lot. 250 ping.
I don't know how that's even possible.
Well,
I really hate ping.
No, it is really bad.
Yeah. But I did get to Diamond back in Season 2 on 100 ping from New York.
Okay.
So, you know, just...
Now New York has like 30 ping.
Yeah.
Now, I wanna bring you back to the point last game about the Yordle BTS group.
Yeah.
I feel like that needs its own skin line.
Well,
the Yordle needs to make like a band.
You need the merchandise, right?
Yeah, you need a Yordle band. Like Poppy can be the lead singer. Teemo, what?
Why does Poppy get to be the lead singer?
I don't know. Why not?
Well, you just can't elect one yourself.
Okay, fine. Poppy can be the drummer.
Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot more sense.
Rumble can be the lead singer.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay, it fits. He can be like up on stage, you know, on like a little.
They can have a Mumu join for the chorus. Like he can start crying, and that can be something.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just like harmonize auto-tune crying.
Yeah.
I miss the old global laugh.
Yeah.
Out of a Mumu.
Yeah, they definitely need to make a Yordle band. Skip line.
What are you gonna call it though? The Yordles. It fits, right? It's like really. I think it's pretty on point with that name.
Oh man. All right. Well, so far here in the early game, it's have to really wait to see if anything ends up transpiring, but so far nothing. As Flawless making his way now into his blue side jungle. As a ping onto a minion wave, I don't really know what that could possibly mean.
Oh, gonna land that death sentence. Was only a death sentence for maybe one of the guys on APK.
Yeah. And also, APK, they're being zoned out of a bit of XP.
They're behind down there.
Yeah. Faker dematerializing one of the minions. Flawless, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's running through mid. He obviously wants to get to the Scuttlecrab. Now, the thing is that Grog is just full clear. And so Flawless's route is full of sin. Unfortunately, Valdez, viewers can't see it, but you can. I have the holy water right here, in case you need it.
Okay, I was feeling a little bit antsy there.
Yeah.
I might need to dab a little bit of that on myself.
Ran right through mid lane.
And he's still level 3. Just chilling up in the top side.
And honestly, Flawless is just so far behind. Gragas right now is just going to go back into full clearing. Has the machete, has the talisman. And you can see, okay, Rek'Sai initially bought Red Smite and then undid it to get Blue Smite, and I'm not sure why that is, given that there's 4 melee champions on the side of T1.
You think Red Smite would have been the better one? As we had a stun up here in the middle lane. Bit of an unfortunate circumstance there, as Faker's doing pretty well already on the Echo.
Yeah. And Keine with an Amp Tome, Dark Seal, and Boots. Missing a lot of his HP, and this is a very frustrating part for Syndra when Echo just begins his endless wave clear. And meanwhile, up here in top lane, Poppy, Wrath of the Undying versus the Conqueror on Renekton. Ikssu actually going to miss quite a bit of CS there. I think he even missed the last one. Yeah, he stayed at 38.
Yeah. Faker the first to hit level 6 alongside Keine.
Now, you can do a really interesting thing on Echo. It's probably not applicable in pro play, or maybe it actually could be. I've mentioned this before on broadcast. At level 6, you obviously are given the skill pool that you can allocate into one of your skills. If you don't put it into R, the clone behind you never comes out. And so maybe in pro play, they would think, oh, this guy leveled up an ability or something.
Oh,
but,
the blind hook! Oh. Secret is going to have the blast going here, though, and he does get away. Nice play there. Nice timing out of effort.
That was obviously very unexpected. Managed to get a lot of value right there. Got Secret Splash.
Yeah.
What about the Echo point? You don't skill the point in R. It doesn't appear behind you. Very deceptive.
Yeah.
So obviously in solo queue, if you're playing Echo in mid lane, or even in jungle, they think, oh, this guy doesn't have his R. They might try to all-in you, and then you just put the skill point into it. You get it, and the clone is following you the whole time. Really nice outplay potential.
Yeah. It's a little thing, but it can make the difference. Faker's just going to face check and die. That was... I would not recommend that to anybody who's watching. Don't do that. That's... yeah. You might want to take that out of your playbook. As he just didn't know that anyone was in that brush. He had allies coming up the river, and he said, okay, let's go into a fight. He probably thought they were one bush back, and he just got burst down. You can get this false sense of safety and security if you are playing Echo, especially against Syndra, which is obviously a really nice matchup. But if you get stunned from 100 to 0, then you never get a chance.
Well, he sees Keine, but he doesn't know about Flawless. So, knock up into the Syndra ultimate, Cuzz not able to follow up there, even though Blitzcrank was tailing.
Got a fight down here, actually. Hybrid is not level 6, though, as heal had to be used here.
And Blitzcrank
or no, that's Flash, actually.
Yeah, Blitzcrank doesn't have Flash available, so yet again, in this game, APK finding small advantages early. They're definitely not out of the woods yet. Keine, even in CS with Faker in mid, also has First Blood under his belt. As I think that we're going to go back into a bit of a lull state. Let's see how this all transpired. Effort ends up... Oh, that's painful.
Yeah. And Hybrid just nice positioning there. He knew it was coming. He steps to the side immediately, and then he's able to kite down Teddy. And even though he's down 2 levels, I don't know actually how that's possible. Must have missed a bit of that CS and XP.
Yeah, definitely getting zoned out quite a bit. As even after this entire wave, yeah, he's down so much in the XP department. see if he levels up off this minion wave that is under his turret. Okay, he does ding 6, but he is light years behind. As APK, they're gonna pick up the Cloud Dragon. Ocean's gonna spawn second. So we might have another exciting Infernal Soul game. Could be on our hands.
Yeah, could happen. For the Mountain Soul. Cuzz making his way down south. He's walking fast, but he hasn't used that Predator yet, so not as fast as he could be. Still on the basic boots, the brown bags. And he is just going to back away from this one. Little did he know that there's 3 members waiting nearby. As Flawless hangs out in the brush.
Well, more ping pong just happening inside of the lanes. Essence Reaver going to be the first item completed for Teddy soon. But Protobell might still be ways away for Faker here in mid lane, who is down in XP.
He used his ultimate to get back to lane. I don't know if you caught that, but on the minimap, he just
zoop
right back.
And so that allows him to conserve his teleport. His ultimate's also going to be back up soon. There's nothing for him to really be doing. As Ikssu is going blow for blow against Canna up here in top lane. Cuzz starting the Rift Herald. And now, at this point, if you're T1, you just want to wait for first core item completions on all of your champions. You're not actively looking to fight. Parallel Convergence. Cast by Faker.
He's just getting in there. He's going to miss his ultimate. Now he's in a really awkward spot. That should be a dead Poppy. Pulling in the Blitzcrank, but Stopwatch, a great item. Doesn't have the flash, but he is going to go down because of that. So now 1 for 1.
And
top
the Herald's
laner.
Gonna reset.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about it. It was bigger to get the kill onto Ikssu, but at the end of the day, they do not pick up Shelly.
And now Faker gonna TP back in. Keine very low on his mana. He's gonna recall too. See if he TPs back in. Merc Treads is the item of choice. And on the flip side, Keine teleporting back in as well. As it looks like they want to coordinate some sort of a kill onto Canna. I think expecting him to stay for another turret plate, but not going to end up being the case. Flawless, I believe it's known where he is. Take a look at this one more time. Ikssu just trying to knock away Cuzz, fails to do so. And then Cuzz says, get over here. Manages to lock him up. Very unfortunate by effort. Dying for no reason. As you can see, both AD carries were also rotating. And so we're still ways away from first core item completions on both parties. I mean, I do suppose Poppy has the Sunfire Cape already, but 2 minutes until Ocean Dragon, and it's going to be at the Ocean Dragon that T1 decides to win a fight.
Oh, yeah?
And then converts into more advantages.
Okay. Let's see where you're going with this one. You know, they did that in game 1, so maybe that's why it's a little bit more predictable for you. But we're not going to have that Ocean Drake for another minute and a half, so they're going to focus their attention on a different objective. The Rift Herald will happen once again. This time, T1 have a bit more of a firm grasp on this one, as all the vision pretty much being denied. Ikssu coming down again. He's really fearless in this. Not scared of anyone. Just waiting at the ready to engage if need be, and that's going to force T1 back yet again.
And this isn't the kind of way that you want to be posturing right now if you're T1. You just have to wait on those items. There's still a minute until the Dragon, so finding recalls right now into core items is not that bad. Now, unfortunately for them, APK has dragged all 5 of their members, which means 1 minion wave going into the Void in top lane. It's about 100 gold that just disappears into nothingness, including the XP. In bot lane, same thing's going to happen. This is a wave that Teddy is going to get that the enemy bot lane isn't. So you add up these gold values and these XP values, and then you subtract it from the gain that APK gets from the Herald capture, as well as the turret plates. And then you end up having 2 different sums.
Yeah.
And you don't just look at it as a dopamine kick just because you got the Herald. Because at the end of everything, T1 are the ones that got more access to experience.
And they pick up a Drake, too.
Yeah, and they're going to pick up a Dragon.
Always
so
pretty nice.
Definitely a much better win for T1 than it is for APK.
Yeah, it'll offer them a little bit more sustainability inside the lanes. It is going to be Mountain Soul next, so we'll see who can pick that up in the end. I feel like it could benefit both teams in this sense. Nice amount of burst damage out of Keine, whereas, of course, T1's goes without saying. And now, I believe, we have opened the door.
Have we?
Yes, to just waltz on in to the lull state.
Well, bad news bears for APK, as the Dragon that's going to end up spawning is Mountain, and so if T1 does end up getting this, the Syndra, you can already see Merc Treads is her boot choice. That'll be really obnoxious if we keep getting magic resist amplification, because the Rek'Sai and the Poppy already not going to deal a whole lot of damage. And if Syndra's not dealing damage either, especially given how slippery and durable T1's comp already is in general, it's going to make things very problematic.
Yeah, that it will, but we are going to have to wait about 4 minutes. We do have Flawless coming on down to the bottom side, but Turret is still available here for Canna. Able to easily sidestep out of any kind of gank that might have happened. And Ikssu is pushing at the same time, so it's much harder to set up that kind of play if you don't freeze the wave in a certain spot. As one-on-one up in the top side, Keine going to try to throw out that ultimate to deter Faker from coming in, and oh boy, he's in a bit of trouble here. The flash is available. There it is, and it is predicted by Cuzz. Says get over here once again. Going to be able to take him out. Does look like, though, that a certain trade should happen again as APK making their way down here. Take out the tier 1 as Faker does the same in the top side. They're actually trying to dive this Renekton. Not quite able to, as the dash on in will be denied here. Secret trying to pull off his own effort. Does not happen.
And so, a little surprising, Secret doesn't walk up for Flay into hook. Goes for the hook first. Very surprising. And now, Faker looking like he's going to get this top tier 2, and this is the stage of the game where APK consistently fall apart.
Yeah. If they could just fix between 10 and 20 minutes, or 10 and 25 minutes, they'd be such a better team.
Well, so far, things are not working out for them as well as they probably would have liked. 2,000 gold lead on the dot for T1. Protobelt on Faker. We'll see if he gets Zanya's Hourglass next. Let's take a look at this as Keine, why is he pathing this way? Parallel Convergence comes out, gets a lot of value as effort. He was putting in some effort to get there too, Syndra. Keine goes for the QE, and really, I mean, there's no getting away from Cuzz at that point.
I think when you're running away in a straight line like that, players are going to have to start doing the next one-up, which is just not flashing.
The other thing is that Keine can actually probably flash the Blitz hook and then try to QE the Gragas.
That's another option. Didn't even consider that. We are diving on the back line. Hybrid is so screwed! As, yeah, he's waving goodbye to his poor teammates that are left without him. That's a double kill now for Teddy, as Faker is running way into that backline, avoiding the knockup up until now, and then he dies. As they have a really nice amount of burst damage, Flawless and Keine do. And at the end of the day, it is a 3-for-1, as Faker, unfortunately, eats the brunt of the enemy's damage.
Now Keine trying to hold on to the mid-tier 1 turret. 45 seconds until the Mountain Drake comes up. There's going to be another turret falling. And now all that T1 really needs to do is just recall group for the Mountain Dragon. It's so important for them to get it.
Flawless, he's got his ultimate. He's looking for it.
Oh, man.
And, well, see you later.
I don't know why he didn't just take it on draw. Oh, okay, stopwatch.
Yeah. But in that case, you shouldn't have gone for it in the beginning. Teddy in a little bit of an awkward position, has a little alcove there because of the Mountain Soul. Ultimate comes out. Decent scatter the weak, but not really going to land. Faker sidestepping Hybrid, who has not been too safe in this one.
Now, Canna has teleport available, so this Mountain Dragon should still definitely be on the menu for T1.
Well, Faker's going on in there, trying to go 1v3. He is going to dodge so much of it as bullet time will sail wide. Expecting APK to get on in there, and now Faker's left without an ultimate. They still got to fight over this Mountain Drake.
Yeah, and APK is taking a little bit of damage. T1 is heavily favored in this, although Teddy, no mana.
Oh, the outplay by Effort reads the hook and then gets in there and grab, but it's just a kill. The Mountain Drake is going to go the way of APK, which is extremely high value.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So a bit of a reset now for APK. They're going to be able to have a lot of time as Effort pulls the red bow.
Nice.
No one really interested in getting it. I think that Teddy is just trying to sustain on the map straight into an Infinity Edge purchase.
Well, he's going to be going back now. See if he does pick it up.
Let's take a look at what ends up happening here. This was just a sandwich. Teddy ends up getting canceled on his bullet time. Canna obviously going very big with the dominance. Faker trying to just stay on top of Keine. You can see that he ends up flashing, and this is just to get his ultimate to follow better. But then they chain the CC together. Effort even looked like he was surprised that ended up missing. Flawless didn't have the damage to kill Cuzz, and the reason that he doesn't commit with the ultimate is because Cuzz has the stopwatch. So Teddy ends up getting the kill there. Secret can't really do all that much. Very nice plan by Teddy as Ikssu, not the most focused targeting right there on the Poppy. Hook ends up going wide as well. And APK in the end, they ended up getting the mountain, remember.
Hello?
And Renekton.
If you're buying in the shop, please pay attention. Can you please? Definitely a bit of a whoopsie there from Hybrid. And because you just get their 80 carry for free, you're going to get a bunch of extra bonus stuff. AKA a turret here in mid, a bunch of damage in the top side. You push away their jungler at the same time. Yeah, that's generally, yeah, I would not recommend doing that. Sorry, Hybrid.
All right, well, APK now are down 6,000 gold at 22 minutes. This is really just looking like lights out.
Yeah, and the early game was relatively even.
Yeah, the early game was relatively even, but now Ikssu finds himself down 2 levels. Teddy up 3 levels over Hybrid. Effort up 1 level.
Yeah.
Faker down a level. That's fine.
That is one thing that went well.
It's because he went back in time. That's why he's down.
Oh,
you know?
Wow.
Now he's back
now
to
you
the
understand.
future.
Okay.
That's why he's 14 now.
Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to let
Mind
you know that.
blown.
Yeah.
He caught up. That's good. And, yeah, I mean, the one thing that was consistently much better for T1 than APK was the bot lane. Just laning, getting ahead. I believe in both games this happened as well. Not just in this second game, but the second game is a lot more obvious when it does come to that. 3-0-3, just marked over 11,000 gold. Did Teddy, what else is he going to buy here? QSS into Zerker's Greaves. Oh, he sold it, actually, and went back and bought a BF sword instead.
Looks like he actually just wants to get a Hex Drinker in order to survive the Syndra burst, because he already probably considers that he already has it planned. So definitely not a bad purchase at all. I love Canna's Guardian Angel. it lets him play so much more loose inside of these team fight preparations because he's no longer a real viable target. Faker looking for a parallel convergence, not going to find a very valuable one. As Canna still down there in the bot lane, probably going to be able to raise this bottom tier 1 or tier 2 turret.
Yeah, in a strange way they funnel. Okay, we're just going and trying to kill Teddy now. He's going to flash away, but in goes the knockup, as does the Rek'Sai. The hook will not help him out here as Cask will sail wide. Canna with the TP is going to end up TPing into his death. As definitely a bit of a mix-up here for T1. Not what you were looking for, the hook into the death. And now APK considering their options, leaning towards Baron. I'm not sure that they can go for it, though. See what they decide to do. It looks like Baron is not going to be on the cards.
Baron can't be on the cards, but what APK should be doing is heading towards that Mountain Dragon, as that is something that they can easily end up acquiring. Flawless coming off of Fountain. T1 probably doesn't want to let this go for free. Now they have a Blast Cone, and so that combined with Gragasy, no, they're just going to give it up.
Yeah. They say, hey, they have Poppy in there. It's probably not a good idea. As we'll re-examine how this does happen. On Vision is Teddy, Flawless.
Teddy walks up to a wave that is guaranteed to be coming into him as the Renekton was on top of the bottom tier 2 turret, and it's just completely pointless. And so T1 just donking off their lead here in mid-game. They ended up losing a dragon for this, which now brings the game to Soul Point.
And APK, even though they're behind, so you mentioned the dragons, those are going to offer some extra stats into their lineup. If they can manage to get the soul at any point, you know, that's a lot of gold in terms of the value you're getting out of that. So we're nearing somewhat of an even game once again. They were able to shut down Teddy, not to mention, so they take his bounty away. So now Faker up against Flawless here, trying to burst him down. Is going to spot the Syndra over the wall, decides not to commit.
And Faker, just trying to be a nuisance. Stopping Flawless's recall yet again. Canna continuing to shove down there in the bottom lane. Ikssu has caught up in the levels, though. Only down one. Teddy dealing a lot of damage. Effort not going to be quick enough on the hook. Hook? What? I don't know. The pull.
Where are you?
The pull hook.
There you go.
As somehow Secret is actually ahead of Effort in XP.
The mysteries of the universe. I suppose Effort's been out of lane a little bit more, looking for opportunities to get hooks down, stuff like that. He is now backing in an awkward spot, but there was a ward. So no harm, no foul there. Still about 6,000 gold ahead is T1. As long as they cannot do what they did in the last fight, we're going to be on a pretty good situation here for T1. No doubt in 2.5 minutes, they're not just going to let the Mountain Soul go.
Well, T1 really posturing a lot around this Baron. And remember, they lost both of the Mountain Dragons for really no reason. And even though they're ahead right now, 5,000 gold, you gotta account for some of the resistances that are obviously being granted the way of APK. APK definitely aren't out of it. All that it would need is one good team fight into a Mountain Soul capture, and they would propel themselves into the lead.
Absolutely. This game is not over by a mile yet. This Effort. Oh, okay, we're going into the K-Ram. That sentence is going to land the burst damage on Canna. Isn't enough. The stopwatch is better. As the Chain of Corruption is doing so much in that backline, and Faker has got to get out of there as the damage win will go the way of APK. Blitzcrank still extremely dangerous, so they will have to back away, but still a advantageous fight just slightly for the side of APK.
Yeah, Ikssu able to tank up so much inside of that team fight. Faker not really able to find any sort of engage as Hybrid Oh, I thought he was within 1 level of Teddy. But
No,
not
no.
actually. Yeah, not going to be the case. I thought that he was.
Would have been nice for him to pick up this wave in the bottom side, but
Keine.
will go the way of
Almost
Syndra.
gonna be level 16 actually. Faker still 15. As Teddy running up again, trying to push in this wave. Again, 6,000 gold lead right now. Bloodthirster complete for Misfortune. Faker hit 16 right around the same time as Keine. And now it's just a battle of vision around this next dragon. This is not one that T1 can let go, because otherwise they're going to have to climb a mountain to win this game.
Yep, they're sitting right around this mountain, Drake, as you're mentioning, 25 seconds, and Effort's doing a great job just coming in here alone, trying to clear out all the vision that he can. Has Cuzz, Teddy, and Faker nearby just in case. As there's really no vision in their own jungle for APK. It has been successfully denied for now by the side of T1.
3 seconds until this dragon is up. They're clearing out mid-vision. Ikssu looking like he wants to follow. Flawless. He's going to be spotted out on a ward. This is an awful angle for APK.
Yeah. Canna's got his GA back. It's going to help out a bit in this fight. He can go more ham into the backline. Effort up against the wall, but the death sentence was down. The hook comes in, but it's a poppy. So they can't do much at the end of it all. Effort's got to be careful. Just running straight at the enemy team, and now APK, I like what they're doing. They're pushing in the mid lane after that slight win.
Huh? I can't tell if T1 is just going to give this up.
Well, they moved into mid to not give it away. The hook comes in, but immediate QSS. Oh, they got Cuzz! Cuzz is out of the fight. If they can burst it down, this would be Mountain Soul, and it's going to go the way of Forest. They picked it up. As Mountain Soul will go the way of APK. Canna is gonna stay alive, just barely. So in fact, the win in terms of kills goes the way of T1, but we talked about the win of the Mountain Soul is pretty massive in this game.
Mountain Soul is so big, they're getting 18% amplification.
And the shield.
Yeah, and the shield. So they are getting so many free stats right now.
Now it is a 5-on-4 around the Baron.
Yeah, this is scary. APK could actually throw here.
But effort is pretty low. They're trying to come in as 4 as Baker is attempting an assassination, but they get the hook onto Keine. That's what he needed. As the 5v4 should go the way of T1, but Hybrid is going to get flashed on. Down he does go. And Ikssu should meet the same fate eventually.
And is there a minion wave in mid? There is. 40-second death timer.
I think they're definitely going to try for this. It's 2 essentially melee champions that don't have wave clear.
Flawless. I think he has to suicide in order to kill the minions.
Yeah, look at him. He's trying desperately.
Yeah, they're protecting it.
Look at Faker in the back there. He's just got to protect the minions.
Yep, Faker trying to act as the gatekeeper right now for these minions. Cuzz as well.
Looks like they're going to back away.
They're going to back away, yeah.
Yeah. The minion wave behind them was taken by Flawless, so they were able to protect it, but they weren't able to push fast enough. As there was an attempt onto Secret, they weren't going all in with that one. At the end of the day, it's a bunch more kills going T1's way. Keep in mind the Magi's on Gragas. It's at 18 stacks right now, so that's a big boy. Gragas has the AP. You see the fight here around Mountain Soul.
The fight around Mountain Soul, I really like the decision that APK did. They knock away the Gragas, and then they just burst it down, knowing how valuable of an objective it is. And then T1
watch the
with
hook.
The Baron, the hook onto
right
Keine.
Here. Flash forward. Max range.
Gets it onto the Syndra. And then they manage to turn this team fight. Secret did not end up going down. A little bit of indecisiveness, actually. Gragas, I feel like he let Thresh get away. And so now we come back into live. It's a 10,000 gold lead, but or a little bit under 10,000 gold lead. But when you factor in all those resistances, especially on Poppy,
yeah, she is.
Adaptive Hell,
Stoneplate.
Sunfire, Stoneplate, Ninja Tabi, and Bramble Vest. And once Poppy gets Thornmail, I mean, the damage reflection is going to be absolutely bonkers. By Ikssu.
And he's really not that far away from it either.
Now, if T1 want to play as Captain Careful as possible, I think that they should just wait until Elder. Because Elder will...
I like, as you're describing this, they run at the Baron. And it's because Ikssu is down a TP. And so they say, if we can burst it fast enough, maybe we can do this. They're going to find Flawless, though. And
yeah, they got Flawless.
Yeah, he's a dead little void monster.
That wasn't very flawless, I'll tell you that.
No. full of flaws, that one.
Yeah.
No.
Now, they might just burst down the Baron. And if they end up getting that one, it'll persist into the Elder Drake. So if they end up getting Elder Dragon, that'll laugh at the Mountain Soul.
No flashes available for T1 in this fight. We have double flash available for APK. Keine has it this time. Should not get hooked.
Just finish the Baron.
Yeah, just finish the Baron. APK are going to give it to you, so you should pick it up. And there it goes. So 10,000 gold lead now with Baron. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and buy and then return to the fight.
Robinon's Death Cap almost completed for Faker. As, take a look at this, Flawless. He thinks that he was being sneaky, yeah. And honestly, a little bit surprising. He should have been able to deduce that they must have seen him, but Cuzz playing a little bit of a, you know, a mind game, walking past the brush, and so Flawless thinks, yeah, definitely a Decepticon.
Oh.
Right there.
I like that. Look at this, he's waiting, he's like, oh, yeah, you can't dodge anymore as you're slowed and you're dead.
T1 is really winning the mental warfare.
Oh, yeah.
Inside
absolutely.
Of this game. 709 AP on this Gragas.
That's what I was saying, he's the daddy of the team.
Keine even having to flash away.
That was a strange hook, but we'll take it. Gets the hook on Ikssu. Looks like it went through him. Either way, with the Baron in minute 43, and they're going to find this guy, just plops down the cask on his
Tells
face.
him to take a drink.
Yeah, drink this. And down he will go. Ikssu trying desperately, but he'll be flashed upon as well. Cuzz's AP is greater than the amount of resistances that the Poppy has. Another hook comes in, as Effort is just bopping him this day on the Blitzcrank. And down will go the Nexus. The 2-0 comes through for the side of T1. A little bit shaky there in game number 2. Wasn't exactly as straightforward as we would have imagined it to be. But in the end, they get the 2-0.